Today, you hear a lot about people who are deconstructing in their faith. We hear it in a lot of people that we might be familiar with, whether it be Kevin Max from the DC Talk or other individuals that we might have grown up listening to in radio or in Christian entertainment, or even pastors that we might have grown up listening to. And a lot of them deconstruct because they have no idea what they believe. They were taught a certain thing in church and they aren't able to understand it, or they grow farther away from what the truth is. And a lot of this has to do with the fact that churches today aren't preaching and teaching their congregation basic tenets of the faith. We get a small part every Sunday. We might hear a message about how to be a winner, or some kind of how to overcome depression, which is very good, and it is have some purposes, but we also need to understand what we believe. And in the book of Hebrews, that's what the writer was trying to write to his folks, the congregation. He was trying to teach them about who Jesus was, what we believe in as Christians, so that they can overcome persecution and stay strong in the faith. In Hebrews chapter 6 verse 1, it says, "Therefore let us move beyond the elementary teachings about Christ and be taken forward to maturity, not laying again the foundation of repentance from acts that lead to death, and of faith in God, instruction about cleansing rites and laying on of hands, the resurrection of the dead in eternal judgment, and God permitting, we will do so." So what he's trying to tell the early church is that we need to move away from just the little mediocre or the little smaller things of our faith, and we need to grow spiritually. We need to mature as Christians. We can't be children. We have to become adults. It goes to by when in the gospel where they're talking about drinking of milk, and we need to move to meat. And that's what we as a church need to do. We need to move away from the milk. The milk is good, but as we grow spiritually, we need to strengthen our faith. We need to eat meat, and we need to learn, and we need to study. And a lot of the churches today, we don't get that. We get the basic salvation message, which is important, but we don't get the stuff to build our faith and to be stronger. And when people come to us, we have an understanding of, this is why I believe this. These are what are major issues. These are what aren't major issues. And one of the things that I would like to do with this channel is I would like to kind of get deeper into some of these things that are important and will help us grow spiritually, and to have an understanding of what the gospel says, and help us to grow in our faith. So when we have these difficult discussions, we can come in stronger because we have the knowledge of what God is teaching us through his word. And that's one of the things that I would like to kind of do, is maybe get into parts of doing series on specific doctrines or specific books, because there is so much that we can dive into and that we need to learn. And that's what I would like to maybe get into, is kind of getting into this knowledge of, or this building up of our faith, so we can learn and we can grow and we can become more mature and we can become adults instead of children. And I hope you will kind of enjoy that. So that's something I would like to do, because like I said, so many churches are just, they're giving you milk and they're not feeding you the meat. And we need to grow spiritually. We need to strengthen our faith, and we need that meat. We can only live on milk for so long. We need to grow, and we need to be mature and move from being baby Christians to Christians who understand and who study and will understand the tenets of what they believe. So if that's something you would like, I hope you tag along. But I appreciate you listening to me, and I hope that we all grow spiritually and that we become adults and leave the childish things behind. So thank you very much, and God bless you.